Hello there, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, and of course this is a new channel, please consider subscribing to the channel, press the notification bell so you get to know when I release new video. That will help a new channel like ours go far. That being said, if you like the series we're going to work on from now, kindly like, comment and share so that YouTube can recommend to other students who may want to learn things that we talk about in this series. That being said, in this series, we're going to look at ways to create a reusable CSS architecture that you can reuse in your future project. Now, if you understand the fact that one of the most difficult things in CSS is being able to reuse your styles. In most cases, when you create pages, you recreate the same thing you've done in other pages in a new page. So in this series, I'm going to show you how you can actually reuse pieces of code so that you don't have to create them multiple places. To get the best of this series, there are a couple of videos you may need to watch. For example, in this series, we use SASS as the CSS preprocessor. We use the Flexbox layout model, and we use the BEM naming convention to name our CSS classes. All of those are available. I will give you the link to those in the description below. That being said, here is the sample project we're going to work on in this series. This is a single page site, and it's made up of a couple of sections. Here is the heroes section that is made up of a left side of text, a couple of buttons, and a right side of image. The navigation contains just two items, contact and request quote, with a fictitious business name of Super Clean. Now, all of these constitute the heroes section. And if you move down, you see the services section is made up of two sections, the left side and the right side. The left side is made up of a couple of images, which when you hover over it, strings, like so. And again, if you move on, you see the features, all right? And again, if you go down, you see the step to take to, subscribe to the services provided by this fictitious business. If you go on, you see customers' testimonials, of course, ready to start. And finally, the footer. Now, let's see how the site responds to the different width or viewport. If I scroll up, you notice that as I reduce the width, the content fall in place so beautifully, like so. Good. And if you go down, you see that the page is responsive. All right. Most of the CSS that handles this are actually embedded straight in the HTML, more or less like you're using Tailwind CSS, okay, which is one of the things that I show you how to create your own reusable utilities and put them straight in the HTML, and your page is automatically responsive even without you writing any CSS for that particular viewport. Of course, we'll see that as we go through the series. This may look simple to you, but of course, it is simple if you have been in the business of web design for a while. But of course, whether or not it is simple is not the objective of this series. The objective is that I want to show you how you could actually structure out your files, how you could reuse CSS blocks rather than having to create them, how you could develop a reusable, responsive architecture, leveraging some advanced stuff. That's the core of this series. So if all of that sounds interesting to you, let's get in and begin to set up our files for this series. Like I said, there are a couple of lectures that this series depend on. I have the links to those provided in the comment section.